Hey friend, welcome to Ask Dr. Betters. I'm Danielle and I'm here with my granddad, Dr. Chuck F. Betters. Granddad, the question we have for you today is how do I handle well-meaning but potentially hurtful comments from others?
Well, usually hurtful comments come from other people when we are the recipients of some form of grief or a broken promise or heartache. When we are in that position, it is hard to read what other people are trying to say to us. The key here, I think, is to give people the benefit of the doubt. To say to other people, I know where you think you're coming from, but it's not really helpful. What you're saying to me right now is not really helpful. Although I know you mean the very best for me. I remember after we lost our son Mark, a man came up to me in church and foolishly said, I know exactly how you feel right now. I am experiencing tremendous grief because, get this now, we had to put our dog to sleep. Now, my immediate reaction was selfish, self-centered, anger, because I thought to myself, are you comparing the loss of your pet to the loss of my son? Because there's really no comparison. And then I remembered something that my wife said to me that I now share with you. This is the only perspective or angle he knows to identify with you right now in your pain. This is all he knows. He's trying to identify with you, to feel empathy for you by showing that he's going through something as well that is very painful for him. In other words, it's the only angle he knows. Give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, that really helps. When you're thinking that someone really doesn't mean any harm, they're really not trying to hurt you. They're just being insensitive to the moment. And they're trying the very best they know how to feel what you're feeling by experiencing it themselves. Now, they may be totally off base to say some of the things that they say. I know that. I realize that. But there's no way to avoid that. A gracious Christian will give people the benefit of the doubt when they make foolish comments that are very hurtful. When they're only trying to help the best way they know how. Some people just don't understand what the Bible means when it speaks about speech that edifies, speech that builds up, not speech that tears down. And there is a difference. There are things that we could say that build another person up, and things that we could say that tear another person down. But sometimes it's the foolish comments, the ones where we haven't thought things through, where we're just talking in order to talk. I remember the day of our son Mark's funeral, a lady came up to me as she was walking through the line, and she said that she sat at the intersection at a red light and thought and thought and thought, what do I say to these people? I don't want to say something stupid. I don't want to say something that's going to increase their pain and make matters worse. And as she was sitting there, she said the Lord led her to say this to us, and I will never forget it. Out of all the comments that came through the line, this is the one I remember the most. She said to us, with tears in her eyes, there are some wounds that only heaven can heal. There are some wounds that only heaven can heal. Short, sweet, to the point, identified with our pain, identified with how horrible it is to be in our shoes, to lose a child. She said something to us that I will remember for the rest of my life. There are some wounds that only heaven can heal. She did the best she knew how to do. Well, she thought it through. She was reasoning with her own self. How can I say something that will be helpful? Now that, of course, is in contrast to somebody that makes a foolish comment, like I know how you feel because we had to put our dog to sleep. Friends, give people the benefit of the doubt. They're only trying to help. Put yourself in their shoes. How hard is it for them to stand before you and say anything when they know the grief that you're carrying, the heartache that you're bearing, but they don't know how to express it? A gracious believer will thank them for the comment, demonstrate to them the love of Christ, give them the benefit of the doubt, so that you know and they know that there is a love bond between you that not even a foolish comment can break. If you have a comment you'd like to make, do so in the comment sections. That's where we take our questions from in the first place. Visit us at markinc.org for a variety of resources that we have available for you. Thanks for watching. May God richly bless you.